And no wonder they're enjoying this. Just to remind you, Manchester City coming into this had the best home record in the Premier League. Leicester blown them away, and in the process gone 6 points clear at the top. Of course, Spurs, Arsenal, they've still got to play. But also look at this, the gap now from Manchester United sitting 5th, 13 points. Leicester, if they don't win the Premier League, this team are going to be in Europe. Make no mistake about that. Down at the bottom today, lots to play for down there. All 4 teams in action at 3 o'clock, all 4 bottom teams, including Aston Villa up against Norwich. A huge game that in the relegation fight at the other end of the table. Wow. Well, as we recover from that, just a reminder that we're going to bring you some action from the FA Cup in a few days' time. Jurgen Klopp has appendicitis. He isn't at Anfield today. He'll hope to recover in time to be at Upton Park. West Ham up against Liverpool in a replay there. The winner goes to Blackburn in the 5th round. Fletch and Sav next Saturday from 10 o'clock in the morning. And after that, we'll be bringing you the other side from Manchester, the Reds. Sunderland up against Manchester United, who, of course, are fighting to finish in the top 4. That game also available in 4K on our Ultra HD channel. Look at this. The party's going to go on here for some time, I think. The home fans, well, half of them are gone before the full-time whistle, but these guys, I think they'll be staying behind as long as they can. And I think the coach back to Leicester might be quite good fun as well, but plenty for the City fans to ponder as they walk away. You know what, one of the reasons why this Leicester team have captured the nation's hearts today, the Manchester City lineup cost £200 million more than Leicester's. They've won the nation's hearts. Can they win the Premier League? Reaction from both dressing rooms comes next. The 6th of February 2015, Leicester, bottom of the league by 5 points. The 6th of February 2016, Leicester, top by 6. Remarkable. Where is this going to end up, I wonder? Right, let's hear from 2 of the men who are the stars of the show today. Robert Huth and Riyad Mahrez are with Des Kelly.
Yeah, that's a 6-point lead over City. They were the title favourites. Leicester were 5,000 to 1 at the start of the season. Would you back yourselves now in this run-in?
I think now we're gonna fight for the title. We will see what we can do. Even us, we didn't expect to win here 3-1. So we're just gonna keep dreaming, and we'll see what can happen.
The dreaming's working. Is the fact that City are chasing on 4 fronts, you've got Arsenal and Spurs, they're still in Europe, and you're focused on the one target. Does that help you?
Certainly. I mean, all the teams around us, they got, you know, it's the Champions League, Europa Cup, all them sort of games. It's inevitable that they, you know, they're thinking about other games rather than the league, especially the further they go. So it can only work in our favour. I know the other teams have a bigger and better squad than us, but as you said, we only got the league to focus on.
Does it start to get a bit scary now? Because people aren't thinking it's a dream, it's starting to become very real.
No, we don't really think about it. It's just not like any other day when you come in and then try to win the next game, and we haven't really talked about, since we reached the 40 mark point, we haven't really talked about anything but the next game, and I think that's the right way to do it.
Riyad, could you do the honours and give the man of the match trophy to the goal machine, Robert Huth?
Thanks, man.
Good.
Thank you.
Do you know, I love that, because they're not getting carried away, are they? They're remaining unfazed, calm, just taking it in their stride. It's crucial to how they're doing this.
You see Mahrez, didn't he, just banging himself against the wall? Like, this is just everyday occurrence.
Well, it is, isn't it, at the moment?
He comes to City and win, score 3 and could have scored 6.
Well, that's how it has to be. I mean, if you interview Manchester City players, they would have said like that. They're not going to be overawed or talking about winning the title because in case they come up against something later on. But this was the second half. And you talk about Manchester City starting the first half poorly. They came out and started the second half equally as bad. Give the ball away lots of times. Missed tackles galore, but this was lovely. Lovely. Mahrez step over with his left foot and goes past Timmy Chambers. But missed tackle there. I mean, the decision making was terrible. This was 3 minutes into the second half after they give the ball away 25 times. That tackle there was atrocious by Kolarov. Step over here, no one near the ball, no one covering his defensive partner, not getting across. Shift to the right and smashes it past Joe Hart, who's got no chance.
The defence all day was so disconnected. The full-backs out the park, not making tackles. Max is exactly right. The amount of missed tackles there is from a defensive point of view, is incredible, but positive from Leicester once again.
Yeah, for Riyad Mahrez, that's 14 goals, 10 assists for him now this season. Been directly involved in 24 of Leicester's goals. But at the other end, they immediately needed Kasper Schmeichel there for them, didn't they? This was a crucial save at 2-0.
It's a wonderful, wonderful save. You know, he gets down low.
Vital moment.
Just with his foot, I think it was, and onto his hand. But what an unbelievable, what a crucial moment in the game. That allowed Leicester to grow in belief to go and get the third. It was, get the third.
They all played the part today, whether it's the forward scored the goals, and Robert Huth, of course, scored the goals and defended well. But Casper, became really big when he needed to, didn't he? And he's heard Robert Huth play on. They must have had to play on these two centre defenders because they've had trouble all year long. Yeah. And set pieces was a big thing, as he said. They've got a height advantage. They're more aggressive. They want the ball more. Whether it's a slight little leaning on his shoulders, probably. But you have to get on with it. You have to fight. And you have to be as aggressive. And the two Manchester City centre defenders are not aggressive. They're not aggressive
carbon copy of that goal that he scored against Spurs, wasn't it? They knew this was coming. Manchester City just didn't.
Leicester haven't done anything today that we didn't think. They haven't all surprised us. The victory has. I mean, the way it was. But we knew they'd be playing on Vardy. We knew that if City's two full-backs go forward, they'll be exploiting that space and set pieces, and that's exactly what they've done.
We've got two chances here.
Naive by Manchester City.
They sum it up, these chances, don't they?
Look, where are the full-backs? The full-backs are out of the picture. Great pace. Look, disconnection from the back four. One ball in behind. We knew it before the game. Me and Macca spoke about it. That could have been another goal. He just plays on the shoulder. It's not clever play, Macca.
We all know Jamie Vardy is lightning quick. So one has to defend and one has to stay 5 yards behind. Look, he's just floating off to Michaelis there. Nobody's picking him up. He's pointing. Otamendi then doesn't get across, and Zabaleta come across. It's like we can all see what's happening in slow motion, 5 yards. Just put it in there because he's not getting me. I'm incredulous the fact that the City defenders aren't like this all the time. I don't know what they're doing in training because this has happened time and time again.
Drinkwater in the middle of the park, unbelievable. Kante run the show. Silva didn't get a kick. Torrey got taken off. Delph missed the challenge in the first half. We're talking about a team, as you said, £200 million more than Leicester City, and they've come here and absolutely battered Manchester City.
Yeah, even going forward, Manchester City creatively, they didn't even create that much today.
And this is early in the game. And this is Leicester laying down a marker 3 minutes in.
Intent, Jake. Intent. Get the ball to Mahrez, take the full-backs on. He's glided past people. And we heard Robert Huth in his interview saying we've worked on set pieces. And there, you can see they've worked on it. He's gone up against Dimaches. He's pushing him off. Look at his desire to win the ball. Get off me. Makes that run to the near post. Nobody in the space for City.
Is it Robert Huth's goal? I mean, he won't care, will he?
He won't care. What do you think? Whether it was going on target there, Jake, is the debatable one. I think the goals panel, the dubious goals panel, will have a look at that, won't they? I hope they give it to him.
What we all really enjoyed was the fact that Leicester, going forwards, was showing such intent and such desire, and just as much at the back as well. It was a brilliant defensive display. They were everything that City weren't.
It was just, getting blocks, making challenges, bodies on the line, getting back in numbers, the compact, everything the defensive, display. Robert Huth, the best centre-half on the pitch today. What City missed company so much, but look how compact they are. The two banks of four there. Forced them out wide, Mac. It was just unbelievable.
And when they played each other at the King Power just after Christmas, this is what Leicester did. So Manchester City knew that they'd have to break them down, and eventually they broke them down to, I think it was an offside goal by Sergio Aguero, but they didn't do it enough. Again, it was no surprise. They didn't get round the sides. Raheem Sterling's forgotten how to take people on anymore. He's waiting for Kolarov to come so he can do the simple pass. Nobody's taking the initiative and saying, you know what, I'll make things happen. If David Silva's not making things happen, nobody's making things happen in this team at the moment.
On paper, this is how big of an achievement this is. On paper, if you look at Leicester City's team and Manchester City's team, how many players from Leicester City would get into that Manchester City team? You'd say Kante.
11 based on today.
Yeah, but I'm saying in general, if you look at the both teams, Vardy, Mahrez, Kante, 3 players. And they've come in and absolutely destroyed them. 7 free transfers in that Leicester team.
Brilliant.
Okay, let's have a little look at Sergio Aguero's goal. It was a sort of crumb of comfort, I suppose, for the home fans, but you can see by then how empty it was in here, and who can blame them?
Well, I think if you just watch Wes Morgan with his hands on his head when the ball goes in, how disappointed they are not to keep their 6th clean sheet in 7 games. Look, hands on the head at the back post. I think it was Simpson. Yes, he's offside, and they want to get that next clean sheet, but it's a great header from Aguero, Macca.
Yeah, it is, I mean,
see the offside.
He's playing right along that line, isn't he? Wes Morgan and Simpson, they've all pushed out. If anything, it was the left back, wasn't it? I think it was just playing him, whether it was onside or not. It looked offside, didn't he? And this was the great chance, and as Michael Owen said in commentary, he's normally got a lot more awareness, Kun Aguero, hasn't he? There was no way he was going to score from that angle, but it was by far gone. And even if he would have scored the second, it would have flattered Manchester City.
OK, we've heard from two men who scored the goals today. Let's now hear from Claudio Ranieri. He's with Des.
It all goes up a level now, the intensity increases. Is your squad able to deal with this pressure? You can't keep saying it's just the next game and shrug it off, can you?
No, we play every match how is the last match, and how we are desperate, and then I want. Now we are very, very confident, but now it's important to think about Arsenal. Arsenal is another amazing team, fantastic players, but we are ready. We are ready to fight also there.
Like that message you sent them to, you said to the players, if you're ever going to win the league, this is the season. It's getting closer.
I told this to the players. Yeah. Who said?
If you're ever going to win the league, this is the season. Take the chance. You said this.
When?
To me during the week.
I was crazy.
Will you allow yourself a little celebration today?
No, yes, of course. Our fans are dreaming. That is fantastic. It's fantastic. But of course, look, there are a lot of teams, super teams, no? But we have to try now. Why not? Why not? We have to try.
Fantastic. Thanks, Claudio.
Thank you to you.
And almost for the first time, that is him saying, yeah, maybe we go for this, maybe we try and win the league. And we've given the players plenty of praise, but the way that he got them to approach this game, spot on.
Yeah. You can't say anything more highly of all of them, can you? It's not just the team game, of course, we've mentioned it before, it's the staff, everybody's played their part, the recruitment areas. You see them at the end of the game when they were all walking off, everybody was waiting for everybody, they were sort of in a line, clapping each other off and high-fiving each other, and it's really nice to see. It's not about the 11 today, it's about the 14, the substitutes, it's about everybody else geeing each other up, patting each other on the back, giving everybody the confidence to move forward, and the confidence they will gain going into Arsenal next Sunday. They've got a nice 8 days before the next game. It's brilliant for them.
There's that real feeling they're a proper band of brothers, this team. Right, just to let you know, there's more to come, but before that, I'll let you know about some other sport coming your way here on BT Sport in the coming